Okay, so hi. Hi,
Hello.
Emma. So today, I'm so glad that you're able to join me because we've got an amazing promotion going at the moment. And I wanted to jump on with you and sort of dive deep a little bit into your membership, which is one of the major components of this prize. So, if you can tell us a little bit about It's in Her Planner membership and how it came to be.
Yeah, for those who don't know me, I'm Emma, and I actually used to be the owner and creator of the Canvas yearly planners, for anyone who's heard of those. And since passing that on, I realized that my obsession for planning wasn't going anywhere. And so I've created the membership. But essentially, I have just always been someone who has believed in and benefited from the power of planning and the things that you can achieve when you do so. So I wanted to create a place where I could help people obviously realize their potential, harness the power of planning, and then implement that into their lives in a way that worked for them, regardless of what their goals or their focuses were.
Yeah.
For me, I think the four things that are sort of integral or pillars in your life are movement, money, mindset, and your spaces. And so those are the four things that we sort of focus on in the membership.
Yeah.
I know you said before, obviously, committing to a membership can be a little bit of a daunting thing, which obviously I've learned since I've started It's in Her Planner. And so now it's just a monthly membership it's ongoing, and then you just
Yep.
continue until you decide that you don't want to anymore. But I have found that once they're in there, people are obsessed with
Yep.
it.
Yep.
It's nice to be part of a community that is all working on the same things together, and
Yeah.
you're sort of inspired and encouraged by other people's success, and realizing that it just takes a bit of commitment. And true, I think that the major component is actually figuring out what you want, because a lot of the time
Yeah.
people are working towards things that actually don't light them up.
Yeah.
So we work on actually finding what's truly important to you, and then just set about creating a plan and making it happen.
It's funny that you say figuring out what you want, because I don't know how many times that you end up making a plan or setting your goals based on what you should be doing,
Mm-hmm.
or what society expects of you, instead of focusing on, what you actually want or what will give you the reward.
Yeah,
You're
there's
doing it
nothing
based on the
more
expectations. Yeah.
nothing more life sucking than working on something that doesn't actually light you up.
I hear you used to work in corporate.
Yeah. Used to be a police officer, so
Yeah, it's the joys. It's that contrast between knowing how things can be and creating the life of how things are,
yes.
I
And I
guess.
think
Yeah.
I'm a very realistic person when it comes to that. You will not hear
Yeah.
me preach, on day one that you join, like, quit your job and, like, we'll just make it work. Do you know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah.
if you're strategic with it, and you know what you want, there is, like, it's all figure outable. It just needs a
Yeah.
plan, and sometimes it's a long-term plan, sometimes it's a short-term plan. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very realistic about results, and how you go about achieving things. So
Yeah.
and that's been done inside the membership by plenty of
Yeah.
members as well. It's really inspiring to see.
Yeah. And so, what do you find that are people coming to you with specific goals with regard to movement or money? Or are they coming and sort of going, okay, well, I want to improve in all areas of my life, so I'm just going to, and you work with them on those four areas?
I think as a general consensus, most people come because they are like, I've been in such a slump. I feel really
Yeah.
uninspired. I can't seem to get motivation to really, like, want to do anything. And so
Yeah.
that's our initial sort of the thing that we have to sort of figure out.
Yeah.
But I think as a general rule, people always have, like, a financial goal in mind, or a movement goal in mind. But for them, it's really about um, getting stuck back into their planner and
Yeah.
committing to those things and creating really beautiful morning routines or habits that they're trying to implement, that without sort of someone keeping them accountable and keeping them on track, It's really easy to fall off the bandwagon, and that's what I find for a lot of people. It's really just about A, the accountability, and B, being around others who are doing the same thing. There's like something really incredible by surrounding yourself with people who are encouraging you versus questioning, what are you doing that for? Like, what do you need to do that?
Or questioning yourself, listening to your internal monologue.
Yes, trying to do it on your own is really, really hard.
Yeah. I think, in terms of helping people to determine what the priority is for their goals as well, I think is something that you can't just decide one day and then not check in on.
Yes.
So, I think there's some real value in having someone that you can bounce that off.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, and I'm constantly reminding people and myself, you're human and life happens, and some weeks like literally will go to shit. And you can't, you really can't do anything about it. It's not about making ourselves feel guilty for the week that's been. It's about dusting ourselves off and getting up and working towards the next one. And that's why we sit down every Sunday with our planners and we go, okay, what are we doing this week moving forward? And I feel like when you actually make a plan, you're 1,000 times more likely to actually implement it, or even some of it or half of it. You're 100% more likely to do that than if you just winged it or sort of flew by the seat of your pants. I've never been someone who could do that.
I used to do that a lot. I'd wake up and be like, what am I going to do today? And I found that, setting goals is really helpful. It's probably the reason why I got obsessed with stationery and notebooks and planners.
Yeah, that's why you're selling those over anything else. And it was the same for me. I was like, what do I love doing, and what do I get the most out of? And it always came back to being organized and setting goals and achieving things that I didn't think was possible, or really pushed me outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah. So when you look back at when you started the membership, and probably, it was overlapping a little bit with Canvas, wasn't it?
It was.
What do you think has been your biggest learning over that time? That's probably a really a big question.
A big question.
But learning about yourself and also about, the community.
So learning about myself, I think I've realized, I reckon my biggest learning has been, don't ever try to be something that you're not, because the more authentic and true to yourself you are, the more people you attract that are actually on the same page as you. And it's also just so much easier to create things from a place of authenticity versus how should I try and behave, or what do I think people want to see? I'm like, I'm just going to put out what I love, what I would want to see. And then who am I? I'm attracting the people that, I'm a little bit rough around the edges. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I am very sweary. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, if there was someone who didn't like all of those things, we're not going to get on, and you're probably going to really hate it. So why would I pretend to be anything other than that?
Yeah. Or create something that's not going to speak to yourself or other people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think when it comes to the membership, the biggest thing I've learned is not to take it personally when, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess I've realized you can give people all of the tools and all of the resources and all of the information, but you can't force them to do the work. And I think that really, I took it really personally at the beginning, and I sort of questioned, am I being good enough? Is that the reason why they're not, getting everything or as much out of the membership as they can? But I've learned that everything that I love this membership and I put my heart and soul into it, but it does require members to actually take action and put the work in. Yeah. So, and if they do, I've seen some really incredible, I'm so proud of some of the things, or all of the things that everyone has achieved inside the membership. And so those women are just the the results of putting in the hard work.
Yeah. And I guess having those people with those stories in your membership would be very rewarding to watch them just.
Yeah, it's like honestly, they feel like friends of mine, and I'm like shouting from the rooftop, like, look at this bitch, she's killing it. It is honestly like seeing my friends win. It's a really, really cool feeling, and for me, I'm just like, I can't believe I get to do this. I made this.
Well, you're good at it. You've always, one thing I've found, because I met you when you were just starting Canvas, like had the first iteration out there. Crazy. And you were always 100% like, let's go, canvassed people, let's go and do this. Let's go and do this. Let's go to this event in New Farm Park or something like that. It was about getting people together and lifting everyone up.
Yeah.
And I've always found that both with the Canvassed brand and also now with your membership.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Because it's just like, it's just really nice to be surrounded by like-minded women who want nothing but the best for you. There's no strings attached. It's just like, I want to see you win. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you happy. It's just the adult version of like, it's just unadulterated bliss, I guess.
Yeah. It really is when you're able to bounce off people who want good things for you and that you want good things for. That there's no better feeling, really.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, just great. So how can people find out more about the membership if they're interested?
So I have It's in Her Planner website, which is all the W's, it's in herplanner.com.au. But I actually have just released a podcast as well, which we'll figure out a way to add the link to somewhere for people to go check out. And it's a really good episode where it's basically a big deep dive into the membership and what's included and all the bells and whistles. So that's a really good episode to listen to if you're interested about, a little bit more. The information is all on the website. Yep. But I find that listening to someone talk about something is far more engaging than like reading through a bunch of words on a website. So I would definitely say the podcast is
the place to go.
The place to go, yeah.
Excellent. And of course, if people are interested, they can also enter our giveaway via the link in our bios. And you can win 3 months of the It's in Her Planner membership. Mm-hmm. You can also win a Canvas planner. So on those Sundays, you won't be lonely hanging out, writing on a blank piece of paper. You'll have a Canvas planner to get in there and set these goals.
The best planner out there, just quietly.
There's also, because you can't plan without coffee or tea or some kind of beverage, there's also the Canvas Deluxe cup. And there's also some gorgeous fine liner pens that we're throwing.
It's a really good prize.
It's a really,
prize. really, really good prize.
There was a little bit of moment when the coffee cup arrived, and I was like,
Can I keep it?
What? Do I put it?
No, I agree. I was like, I think it should also be important to note that we have set it up in a way because doors actually open for the It's in Her Planner membership tomorrow, but we've set the competition up in a way where you can still join the membership, and if you win the prize, obviously that will be refunded to you. So that goes for current members as well. Yeah. So if you're just like, I don't give a fuck, I want in, but you still win the prize, it will be reimbursed to you. So don't stress about that.
That's it. So you don't let the competition deadline, which I think it ends on Sunday night at midnight. So get in there and get your entries in. You don't have to wait to join the membership. You can join it straight away and then you'll get your money back.
But I just think it's really exciting because there's 3 months left of 2022, and I don't know about everyone else, but I am so excited to put some shit in place and sort of wrap my year on a high. So it's a really great membership to be a part of, especially if it's something that you win as a prize. It's like
free support. Thank you.
Yeah, love that.
Like emotional support. There'll be like financial support. Well, in terms of helping you save your money. And, there's all the support you could possibly need.
Yeah. And everyone in there is like the bee's knees. I know everyone says that about their memberships, but I really have the best one ever. Yeah, really, really great women in there. So you'll be surrounded by the best.
Oh, that's so lovely. That's so lovely. Thank you so much for your time. This has been
Thanks for
awesome.
having me.
It's always good to catch up.
Always.
See
Can't
where
wait to
you're
see you
at.
in real life.
Yeah, we'll have to tee it up. And thank you so much. And everyone get on and enter the giveaway and check out It's in Her Planner membership.
Bye.
Bye.